Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that is totally shaking up how companies sell. We're talking about a new role, the GTM engineer, and how they're using AI to create just massive leverage. Not by adding a new tool, but by re-architecting the entire sales process from the ground up. For decades, this has just been the reality of sales. Most salespeople spend the majority of their time not actually selling. You know the drill, right? They're buried under research, admin tasks, endless follow-ups. It's this huge inefficiency that everyone's just kind of accepted, until now. But what if we're right at that tipping point? What if AI can finally just automate all that busy work and totally unleash our sales teams? Imagine them spending 70, 80, maybe even 90% of their time doing what they're actually great at, building real human connections. And look, this isn't just about some new app or a cool productivity hack. No. We're talking about AI fundamentally re-architecting the entire go-to-market playbook. For years, we've thought of AI as this helpful little assistant. Hey, AI, draft this email for me. But that's changing, and it's changing fast. AI is moving from being the assistant to being the architect. It's not just helping with tasks anymore. It's designing, running, and even optimizing the entire engine that brings in the money. So who's making all this happen? Well, this whole revolution is being spearheaded by a totally new kind of role, a hybrid role that's popping up inside the smartest companies out there. So let's meet the go-to-market engineer, or GTM engineer for short. Now, this isn't your classic salesperson, and it's not a pure coder either. Think of them as a hybrid, a unicorn, really. Someone who gets the art and the nuance of a great sales process, but also has the real deal technical skills to build and deploy the AI agents that can automate it all. And their mission? It's actually pretty simple, but incredibly powerful. They build these automated agents to handle all the grunt work, the repetitive, predictable stuff. Why? To free up their human colleagues to do what humans do best: build relationships, think strategically, and connect with other humans. Okay, this all sounds pretty cool in theory, right? But let's look at a real-world example that is just mind-blowing. We're going to look at the tech company Vercel and see how powerful this really is. All right, so here was the situation at Vercel. They had a team of 10 people, 10 sales development reps, or SDRs, and their entire job was to handle every single new sales lead that came in. Super important, right? But also super repetitive. Now get this. A single GTM engineer built a custom AI lead agent to automate that whole process. And how long do you think it took? A year? 6 months? Nope. 6 weeks. And they weren't even full-time on it. Just about a third of their time. Incredible. And the results? I mean, just look at this. It's staggering. The team went from 10 people down to just 1 person. And that one person's job, it's not even to do the work anymore. It's just to check the AI's work, to do a little quality assurance. Okay, now let's talk about the money, because this is where it gets really wild. The yearly cost for that team went from over $1 million down to about $1,000 a year to run the AI agent. 1,000. That's not a 50% reduction, it's over 99%. It's practically a rounding error. But here's the kicker, and this is so important. This wasn't just about saving money. The AI agent performed exactly as well as the human team when it came to converting leads. It hit the same numbers. The difference? It was way more efficient, needed fewer touch points, and, of course, it worked instantly 24/7 without ever needing a coffee break. So when you see automation on this scale, what does it mean for the future? It means you have to completely rethink your whole approach to sales and marketing. This quote really nails it. As technology makes it easier for everyone to build similar products, the experience of buying from you becomes a huge differentiator. How you sell, the journey you take your customers on, that's not just a process anymore, it is the product. And the best teams out there, they're starting to treat their go-to-market strategy just like a software product. Think about it. They map out the customer journey like it's a user flow. They find the friction points and call them bugs. They deploy AI agents as the patches to fix those bugs at scale. And they run these fast, agile sprints to constantly make that experience better and better. So that leaves us with one final thought. For years, we've talked about the 10x engineer, that mythical programmer who's 10 times more productive than anyone else. But maybe that's yesterday's news. What we're seeing here is the beginning of the 10x agent, an AI system that doesn't just make one person better, but can provide 10, 100, maybe even 1,000 times the leverage for an entire team. So the real question is, What process inside your company is just waiting for its 10x AI agent?